Yeah, let's turn on the TV. Whoa, the future of content. Let's go. Let's go now. Whoa, and here we go now. Yeah, Hinano has a visionary plan. Decraft stories of faraway lands. Raven shapes the VR scene. Biggest bro unites all to dream. True media, we're setting the stage. Web3 AI, we're turning the page. Lievestream soar, our vision's bright. Building tomorrow with creative light. True media, we lead the way. In the metaverse, we're here to stay. Meta Sparks, co-host with flair. Video shame films with cinematic care. NFTs, collections, we paved the road. Community strong, our stories told. True media, we're setting the stage. Web3 AI, we're turning the page. Livestream soar, our vision's bright. Building tomorrow with creative light. True media, we lead the way. In the metaverse, we're here to stay. Agents and blockchain, the future's near. AI music, crystal clear. From code to hearts, we're breaking new ground. True media's vision is leaps and bounds. True media, we're setting the stage. Web3 AI, we're turning the page. Livestream soar, our vision's bright. Building tomorrow with creative light. True media, we lead the way.
Happy Aloha Friday, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Aloha Friday, and I hope everyone is having a good end of the week. We made it, guys. It is time to relax and chill. Crack open a beer. Go and hang out in the back of the corner if you have to, or go and party with your friends and have a great time. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If you're watching right now on the live or on the replay, we appreciate everyone for tuning in every single time. Guys, we have an action-packed show. We have StoneyEye Studios in the studio, our studio, today. And guys, I don't really know much about this individual. This was a referral from one of our co-hosts, so I'm super excited to get to talk with this guy for the first time. It's my understanding he is a DJ and a musician. There's also an NFT project involved, and there's a few other things that I probably don't even know anything about that we're going to find out today, guys. So super excited about that. Also, at the very end of the live stream, we're going to be debuting The Writer Episode 2. That's right, our original content for our Alien Invasion series that we've been doing. That debuts at the very end of the show. And we have a few other announcements. But before I even get any further, let me get the boss in the studio. Dee, how are you?
What's up, Hinano? What's up, everybody? Happy Aloha Friday.
Here we go.
It's Aloha Friday. No work till Monday.
You're going to chase them away.
He loves it. He loves it. Bring him back to the island vibes. He loves it.
Right. It's true. That's true.
But yeah, happy Aloha Friday, everybody, or the people in the future.
What's up?
Happy Saturday to you all for watching. And yeah, I'm really excited to talk with him about himself, his project, his passions. And yeah, I don't like you, Hinano, I don't know too much about him. I did some research.
That's the best part. That is the best part of this whole entire show right there. So I love it. What are you doing? You're boxing with air?
No, there's the windows are open, so there's like a gnat over here. Just kind of like, moving around. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited to talk with him, as well as our awesome co-host as well. He'll be joining us, and yeah, just to get in touch with him and see what he's all about. And hopefully everybody else is in the same boat. We're learning new things about new people from different parts of the community. So yeah, I'm really excited.
Also, guys, for the bat cows that are tuning in the back of the room, we are going to be doing that giveaway for the, I believe it's 3 McFarlane Toys digital NFTs that we're giving away tonight, as well as a Kid Arcade exclusive. And this is all Superman related. So we are going to do that at the end of the show as well. And also for the chats, guys, I've got something for the chats as well. So tune in for that. But before we even get our guests in, we will be right back after this commercial break.
Aloha, everyone. Jenna here from True Media Group, hoping everyone's having a great week. I wanted to give everyone in the community a quick update on 2 special live streams coming up for us. This Tuesday on Future Watch, special guest Video Shane with McFarlane Toys and Shay with Candy Digital as they discuss their latest collaboration at San Diego Comic-Con. Also, Shay, Shane, and some special guests from the community will be joining the True Media crew for the movie review of Superman. That will take place on the Severed Floor live stream. Make sure to keep that bell notification on and like and subscribe to True Media Group for more diverse content. I'm your host, Jenna. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Take care.
I think we got to give Jenna a raise, D. That's what I was going to say right now. For some reason, when she's on camera, the numbers go up. So,
right? I know. Like, how can I be like Jenna? That's my goal, is to become like Jenna.
I want to be like Jenna too. Let us know, guys. And then lastly, one more thing before we get our guests who are patiently waiting in the helicopter. We are going to be, airing the episode 2 of The Writer. And so for the people that don't know what that is, this is what it's about. And that soon is at the end of the live stream, guys. I know some of you guys have been waiting for it. I know you've been waiting for it, Christopher, as well as you, Slider. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Shout out to the producer. I see you producing in there, Raven. She gave me some tips. And guys, I actually changed the way the entire short film actually turned out to be because of our co-producer. So shout out to you. And anything else before we get our guests in the studio, D?
I think you mentioned it. Yeah, I think that's good. I need to... Okay, I'm so sorry. This gnat is just bothering me. But that is it. We should probably bring in our guests. We don't want to keep them waiting too long.
We don't. All right, guys. We're going to send in the chopper. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, StoneyEYes and MetaBeast. What is up, guys?
What up? What up? What up? Thank you guys for the VIP treatment and with that helicopter right there. I appreciate that.
I hope it wasn't a bumpy ride. I know it's a virtual thing we're doing here, but good to see you, StoneyEYes. Thanks for joining us. And as always, our favorite poly metaversalist. What is up, MetaBeast?
Hey, happy to be here. Happy to have you here, Stoney. Good to see you, man.
Thank you. Good to see you, MetaBeast.
Yeah, it's
And
gonna
shout
be
out
great.
to Rustan. I see Rustan as
Rustan.
well. Let's go.
Yes.
Rooston. He always gets the air horn during my DJ set, so I got to give him the
Hey,
fake
you know
air
what?
horn.
Shout out to Rustan because we had him on the channel, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago, and you really inspired me, man. That changed the entire
Yeah.
direction on how I do certain things here. And yeah, so shout out to you.
Rooston
Let's
is such a gangster. Don't even get me started on how dope Rooston is. That'll take me like an hour just to give him flowers.
Yeah. He was on here and like just the way that he was describing how he did things, it like changed my mindset on certain things. And so like I was telling Metabeast, like because I do a lot of video production here, and I was telling Metabeast like I really was not pushing myself hard enough on certain things. And so I ended up pushing myself hard on something that's really hard. And I was really happy with the outcome. So shout out to you, Rustan. That's because of you. But anyways, today we're talking about StoneyEyes. So I'm going to let the boss take the reins. Let's go.
Yeah, so thank you, Metabeast, for getting us in contact with StoneyEye to learn more about him. So yeah, StoneyEye, for us who never really interacted with you and some of the people in in the chats, if you could start out by just kind of talking a little bit about yourself, introducing yourself, your journey as being a musician, a producer, and a full-time creative, and how you came about like finding the digital space. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, I go by StoneyEye Studios, which encompasses my art and my music. I'm live in Long Beach now, and I grew up. My father's a musician, and my mother's an artist, so I've been passionate about music and art since some of my very first memories. My uncles are musicians and stuff too, so I grew up just loving anything creative, and I started playing in bands in like 7th grade or something like that. I started my first band in like 7th grade and kind of never looked back. I did the whole live band thing and touring thing for years and years, and I've been in so many bands and toured all across the country and even out of the country, and put all my focus into that for a lot of years. I moved here to LA and met my wife and got her into it, and she was touring in a band with me for years. And my dad's also a producer and was in bands too, so he was always giving me his old recording gear from when I was really young. So I've always been making beats like on like very basic like 4-track tape things, and like it slowly progressed to the point where I started to focus on producing more than being in bands and playing out. So, and then I had my son. My son's going to be 5 on the 16th. So,
Nice.
so he was born in the middle of the lockdown. So my whole life kind of got flipped upside down during that, because I was going to be a new father, which was a huge thing for me. And
yeah,
anybody who knows, like when they have their first kid, it's like you're super excited, but you're also like tripping because you're entering into a whole new.
What is this?
Yeah, you've never done it before.
Yeah, it's a whole new chapter of your life, and for me, I can always feel when the universe is changing my trajectory. Like I can feel it for like a year ahead of time, and I don't know where it's going to go, and I don't know what's going to be the little final catalyst that pushes me over to the next edge, but anyway, so the lockdown happened, and my wife was halfway pregnant, and so I'd already been transitioning to more music production than actually playing live in bands at that point, and have been getting a lot more gigs as a producer, and been feeling myself being more fulfilled by that, and not necessarily wanting to be on the road all the time. It's a hard life. Anybody who knows about touring, it's a lot of fun when you're young and you got the energy and you can sleep freaking 2 hours a night and drink all day and all night and party. Freaking.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, you kind of just, either way, I've been changing over to the production side. So I had my home studio and I worked out of another studio. And then, so yeah, I was focusing more on that. And I've always been fascinated by crypto and watched like a documentary early on Bitcoin when Bitcoin was like $1. Some guy traveled across. I've been looking for it. I never can find it. Someday I'm gonna find it. But I watched a documentary on like RT Live or some old like news thing that played like these 15-minute shorts. That's where I found Obey, who influenced me into Stenciler, but that's a whole nother thing. Either way. So I watched a thing about some guy who traveled across America using only Bitcoin. And like I said, Bitcoin was like $1. And so I kind of was super fascinated by the whole crypto thing then, but never, I was too busy trying to be a rock star still at that point and couldn't like focus. And like anybody I talked to at the time was like, oh, that's like a Ponzi scheme. Don't get into freaking Bitcoin. Like, so like it just never happened, but I'd always wanted to get into investing and crypto. So when the lockdown happened and I'm stuck here with, you know, my wife, she's pregnant. We're like just doing like the nesting thing where I'm cooking and we're hanging out. I went down the rabbit hole of, you know, crypto in general and NFTs and found myself in Decentraland, which is where I've kind of really grown and really met amazing people like Ruston and MetaBeast and, you know, a ton other of amazing, super creative people who are more than willing to share their knowledge and pushing just what's possible. So yeah, I ended up in Decentraland, and I originally jumped in to try to do something with my art because I was pushing my art pretty hard at that time. Also, I was in like 4 or 5 galleries all around LA here and was doing a bunch of artwork and art shows and all that. So all that shut down. All my live bands shut down. So all I could do was record with the people who weren't scared to come over and record. And then as far as my art, I was like, I heard about NFTs. And so then I heard there was like art shows in this place called Decentraland. So I jumped in to check out the scene and see some art. And there was amazing galleries set up with art and like these events. And then I also seen this guy, Category 5, who was a DJ, like probably the only DJ at that time in Decentraland. And I seen him DJing all these events. And I was like, and my wife was a DJ at that time. But like I said, she was pregnant, so she wasn't into it. So I had all her gear. I was like, you know what? Like, I've always wanted to live stream too. So I have this DJ stuff. I see this guy doing it. So I ran around Decentraland basically hitting everybody up like, yo, let me DJ your party. Like, I'll DJ your party. Even though I'd never streamed. I didn't even know what OBS was. I didn't.
You just jumped right in.
I just jumped in because I'm the type of person, like I said, I'll figure it out. If it's creative, I'm there for it. Like I'm the type of person that'll watch 50 YouTube videos if it takes that and do 2 days of testing to figure it out. So
we're going to get along.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I know that was pretty long-winded, but that was my kind of roundabout. I know there's a lot more in between all that, but that was somewhat of my creative journey into Web3, I guess, and how I ended up in Decentraland, and which has been a huge blessing in my life, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting goosebumps from what you're saying because there's a lot of synergy in your story for DNI. You know, I'm in communications. I've been always a part of tech, but video has always been like a hobby for me. And so same type of thing. COVID happened, and you know, lockdowns happened, and I was a part of what they called an essential worker, but I wasn't working fully. So, you know, on my off chances, I wanted to learn crypto as well. So I kind of went down the same journey as you, and I found the Web3 space, but I didn't end up in Decentraland. We ended up in the Vivi app instead. So people end up somewhere, but sooner or later,
I have the Joker. I minted one of the last Jokers. So I minted the Joker from season 1 the night before it sold out. So I found Vivi on season 1 when the Joker was still up. He'd been up for a while. So I got a gang of Vivi stuff too. So I'm Vivi fan too. Homies.
Well, but I mean, so then you get it, right? You found this space and then you kind of culminated with a community. And then for us though, for DNI in Hawaii, it's a mixed plate. It's a mixed bag. And we like to talk with everybody. So like, we didn't want to just stay in one community, and we branched out everywhere to where now we're getting to talk with people in Web3. So I really like that. And I really love the fact that you said that you wanted to DJ for all these people and you just wanted to try it out. Same thing for us for live streams. I shouldn't be up here. I'm a middle 40s man, and I shouldn't be up here. I should really be I should be watching CNN or something. Just as an example, right? But I'm up
We're
here.
not that old.
I'm just saying, right? But I'm up here, and we're in this space. We're in this Web3 space. We're messing with metaverses. We're messing with AI. We're minting NFTs. It's a beautiful thing, and I'm with you. This space has been a blessing, not only because we've been able to find out that we've had all these special skills that we never thought we had before, but we get to meet all these people. We get to network, and we get to perpetuate this space. This space I'm in love with. I'm in love with the tech, and I'm in love with the people in it. What about you, D?
Yeah, same. Well, for me, not really tech wise because I'm not as techy as you. But when StoneyEye, when you were talking about, just growing up, being surrounded by music, your father was a producer, and doing a lot of music stuff, that reminded me also of like our life here. Like every day we have to have some kind of music, right? When we grew up, we were listening to like a bunch of, well, for me, like reggae / island vibe-ish music, just for like everyday thing. And even Hinano, his family is he's from a family of musicians in Hawaii, so he's also like born into that lifestyle.
I don't know what's in the water in Hawaii and in Jamaica, but you MFers are freaking crazy talented. Like I said, I was telling you guys before we started, I produce and work with a lot of Hawaiian reggae artists, and all of them are just crazy talented. I've done stuff with, I don't know if you guys know who Ellie Mack is.
Yeah.
Or Hyrie. I've done stuff with Hyrie.
Love her songs.
Natural Vibrations.
Oh,
Jay
love them.
Hua,
Natty Vibes.
Natty Vibes.
Yeah, Natty Vibes.
So gone.
I might have met you and I don't even know.
You probably did, man. I'm telling you, I know a gang of people. My first guy who really took me on tour, rest in peace, he just passed away like 2 months ago, the Hawaiian Lion. He that was kind of my whole dive into. I grew up playing punk and reggae. Punk and metal, and I got into reggae from punk rock. I toured with HR from Bad Brains, who's like a punk rock legend who also does reggae. And the Hawaiian scene is just super awesome. I've been working with this artist, Kikoa the artist, and Kikoa. He's super awesome. Me and him got a gang of tracks. We've been working together for years and years. He was in a band called Cityside from Hawaii originally, but I'm as Hawaiian as you could get for a freaking straight up SoCal dude.
we call you over here. We call that a hapa haole, where basically you're pretty much you're native to the land. You're just different color skin, right? But yeah, to kind of like go off of what Dee was saying, my entire life has been surrounded by music. We're surrounded by music every single day. My parents live with me, right? So this entire house is surrounded by guitars, banjos, nose flutes. And when I mean banjos, like Tahitian banjos, vivos.
I got a banjo back there.
You know what I mean? And so every day I woke up listening to music, and it's still till this day, because that's like, and it's something in my life that, like, if I never heard music in the morning, it would be weird. Like when I stay out of my house, or if I go and visit someone else and it's quiet in the morning, I'm like, well, shit, that's not right. You know what I mean? Because I'm used to hearing music every day. So like, and my parents are entertainers. They know different styles of music. My dad's morely into the acoustic guitar. He does a lot of slack key. And they've toured the entire Pacific Rim. So
awesome. So you know the vibe 100%.
I know the vibe. Yeah, I was the kid in the vibe, right? I went to all those after parties, and I was the kid that fell asleep underneath the bar table, right?
Hey, I was that exact kid, bro. I was
cool with it. It was fun.
My dad brought me everywhere with him. Like I was literally, he would give me a guitar not plugged in at all of his rehearsals, and I would just like pretend like I was in the band, and just like they couldn't hear me, but like I was rocking out. I was practicing all the moves, and
yeah, it was fun. And what I loved about that is, like, no matter what happened, and I'm pretty sure that it was probably the same for you. Like, no matter what happened, my parents always took care of me, but they always introduced me to the music aspect, always try to get me a part of it, somehow always be a part of it rather than just be a furniture on the side, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I grew up with all of it, man. And I
Awesome.
think it's shaped me to my day. So let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta agree with that because it's in like the production that for like the shows and stuff, everything has music. Every single thing has music because
Life would be boring without music.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, they say it's super important to introduce your kids to it, whether they pursue it or not. It opens up a different like pathway in your brain that helps you with problem solving with all different kinds of things. So, you know, if you learn some music, like I said, whether you pursue it or not in the future, I think it makes a more better, well-rounded person. Same with art, you know what I mean? Like whether they do it or not, like introduce your kids to that early on.
So I used to sing to them. In fact, my son doesn't like my voice as much as my daughter did, but my daughter loved my voice. I didn't, but you know, I introduced my daughter to a lot of what I grew up on was a lot of 80s rock, you know, some 80s pop as well, but just a lot of 80s music, and then also a lot of Otis Redding and Sam Cooke. So she grew up with all that, and I love the fact that it's on her iPad or iPod or iPhone, and her friends have to deal with that type of music whenever she blasts it, right?
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's like you know what it is, right? You want to program your kids to like the things that you like. So like, you know, all the pops, the pop culture movies. My daughter's been programmed for all of it. She's a carbon copy of me.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's so awesome.
She is. Meta Beast, you want to chime in for anything that we've talked about so far? You're just
What up, G? What up, G? What you got to say?
Oh, I'm enjoying the conversation. I got things going through my head. I don't know if I should throw them out yet or not, but a little thing called Mofaya and Mo Beats.
Mofaya. Like I said, I need the air horn. I should have it in here. I should have it hooked up.
I don't have one. Shoot.
We have custom.
That's like my signature sound. That and Mofaya. So Mofaya is my that's my what do you call it? Tagline or
tagline? Your name, your
your go-to phrase.
Yeah, that's everyone knows me for Mofaya. Like, and that's a Jamaican term, you know, for just
Mofaya.
Yeah, Mofaya. Like,
let's go, man.
It came about super naturally too. I didn't even realize like I was saying it all the time when I was DJing, but then like all of a sudden like everyone would be saying it in the chat, like, you know, when I'd start DJing. So like yeah.
No, that's cool. Yeah, so tell us more about it because I know you do Mofaya Mondays, is it?
Yeah, Mofaya Mondays. So I just started again with Rustan at Casa Rustan. So me and Rustan just did a live art show, which he was doing live body painting in. And I DJ'd, so he brought me in to DJ. So we're having a couple beers and talking, and we're like, we got to start it back up because it's been a couple months since it stopped. So I was doing it at True Band Room for over a year straight. We made it over 100 shows. I don't know, it was like 120 weeks in a row we did it straight. And
cool.
They're not in Decentraland anymore. So when they left, I kind of like took a second back because I've been doing it that long straight every week. So it kind of felt good to like take a break, honestly. Like, but then as soon as it feels good to take a break, then you miss it like 2 weeks later. So it got to the point where I was missing it because basically what I do is I play all the dope reggae that dropped that week, whether it's Jamaican or European reggae or California reggae or Hawaiian reggae, whatever dropped that week that I like, that's what I play. And then I also get to play my guitar. So I'll shred guitar solos for like 2 songs during that event. And that's like kind of I play guitar, but that's like my only time I get to shred. Like, you know, I'm not going to come in here and like fully shred my guitar, but every couple weeks if I'm not doing that. Either way, it's a huge like creative release for me, that event. And so yeah. So and before that, I did an event called Magic Hour with my homie from Parcel Parties, and that ran for a year straight. So basically, I did a show for almost 3 years straight, weekly in Decentraland. So it's like
Wow.
kind of
And
part of my life at this point.
the coolest, the one I thought was really cool, the Mo Beats, the one
And
you would create a song around a sound.
yeah, so the Mo Beats is on its way back. I've been talking to Dr. Krillo. Am I saying that right? Krillo?
I think so. That's how I say it anyway.
Okay. Yeah. I always hack people's names. That's the other thing, because some people got some crazy names, so you never know. But yeah, so me and Dr. Krillo have been being in talks. So he's a new I don't know what is official. Do you know what is official?
I don't know what it's specifically
He's
called.
works
but
with the Decentraland now. So me and him have been in the talks of bringing it back. But anyway, yeah. So Mo Beats was something I thought of for like a year straight, and never did, because there's a lot of technical stuff behind doing it. But anyway, Mo Beats was an event where I bring my producer side in. So I would produce a song in an hour. I would let the audience pick the key of the song, the tempo of the song, and the progression by picking numbers. I'd say, give me a number from 100 to 180, and that would be the tempo, whatever the first person typed in. Then I would say, give me a number between 1 and 12, which would pick the key. And then I would say, give me 3 numbers between 1 and 8, and that would pick the progression. So, and then I would build a song around that, which was, I picked by the audience. And then I would let them send in any sample. So everyone could send in a sample. If you wanted to sample your kid and you wanted to sample your cat and send them to me, I would incorporate that into a song. And then I would make a song and mint it as an NFT and give it to everyone who attended that event. And then later on, I started to bring in producers from all around the world. And I had some amazing producers from all around the world, all different countries. And so they would be guest producers, and I would just, host the event, talk them through the process, and they would make a song live. And I would usually give them a guitar sample, and anybody in the audience could give them a sample, and they would make a song and then give it to me, and I would mint it and give that to the crowd, or give that to anybody who was there as an NFT. So that was a super, to me, like forward thinking and like thinking out of the box type of event on how to, bring new people into Web3 and bring music into Web3 and just have a freaking party and have fun.
Dude, that is so cool. Like to have your own, because kind of like your own variation of like a POAP, but it's more like it's like custom made.
Yeah, it's like a musical POAP that was POAP that was co-created with the audience. That's what I was trying to include, the audience as much as I could in the song. So my one friend Roots, who's from Hawaii, he sang.
You know him, D.
I know him.
Yeah. Sorry, Stoney. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, I'm sure you guys probably do. He does chocolate, and he's a super amazing dude. Okay. Anyway, he sang this song called 3 Gallon Pot. Like he's a gardener, so he would always sing it like while he was just planting and in the garden. So I had him send me, like, I was like, just record it into your iPhone. It doesn't even have to be on a click or tempo. Like I'll stretch it and figure it out and like figure the key and like. So he sent me this thing, and I made a whole song around it. It was super awesome. It was a great time.
Okay, I gotta go look him up then.
Yeah,
Since Metabe says I know him.
Yeah. Do you remember a story time space? It was you.
Oh,
myself,
okay. Yes.
One other person. Yes, yeah. That was Roots. Okay. That was Roots.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, take
who
me back to the
I just got to meet Roots in person like 2 or 3 months ago. He came out here and got his RV and went on a whole trip, and he was nice enough to stop here in Long Beach, and I took my little boy, little Stoney, out, and my wife, and we went and had lunch and talked. He gave us some chocolate, and it was super awesome.
Okay, I gotta get in touch with him too then. Roots. Yeah, I think that's really cool that you've incorporated that whole NFT with the community just to keep them involved, and it makes it like really special for the people who always tune in and watch you, listen to you. It was funny because when I was kind of doing some research, just to get some talking points and stuff, I saw the Mofaya, and that reminded me of when I was younger, my brothers and I, we thought we were rappers, and just like making like stupid beats. So my name was D-Fire.
Oh,
So
nice.
she's like, yeah, D-Fire, spit in the track. Like, she knows
Didn't
how
know
to
that.
rap. Like, oh my gosh.
You're not gonna live that one down now. Let me call you D-Fire all the time. D-Fire.
D-Fire. So when I saw that, I was like, oh man, no way. That's really cool.
Awesome. That's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but I also wanted to we're talking about NFTs. You also had a project called Graph Kids.
Yeah, so that's my first generative project, which I've always wanted to do. So MetaBeast will tell you I've on also all my Mofaya Mondays, which I was telling you guys, I've ran for like 3 years straight. Every week, it used to be POAPs. So originally, I would do original artwork basically every week for people who came to my show. So it was POAPs for the first year, and then it turned to these things called show apps, which were on the Polygon network, which was like a proprietary. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. yeah.
Thing for True Band Room. So True Band Room was an amazing place in Decentraland that hosted like I don't know. It was like 2,000 shows. I'm not even probably saying that right. It was probably more than that. They hosted a gang of artists and shows. It was like the first like metaverse like venue where they hosted all kinds of clubs. Anyway, they did the show ups. But so when I was there for over the 100 shows, and when I was at the Magic Hour before with my Parcel Parties homies, like I said, I would do original artwork every freaking week. And so people who attended would get my original artwork every week along with my show. So, and that was another creative outlet that I enjoyed. Like, just to be able to create whatever I created or drew that week, I would just give it out to the people. So this Graph Kid character came about from one of those. He was one of my show apps. So he kind of became somebody I was doing over and over. Like I'm really into graffiti, street art in general. Wow. And I really love the characters, like the 90s style, like characters that were always with graffiti pieces. If you remember like those old school styles. And I used to do a circle head guy, and somehow he like transferred into like this square head guy, because I got into doing all these robots. And then either way, this guy was developed from there. And then when I took that time off of not performing in Decentraland and not having that creative outlet of doing art every week to give out, and not having my guitar to play every week. Anyway, I've always wanted to do a generative project since I got into NFTs. So I took the time. Oh, there's one of the Mo Beats right there. There's one of the Mo Beats.
Oh, that's rad.
Yeah. So that's one of the visuals that you got with the music NFT. But anyway, so I'd always wanted to do a generative project, and I got into Ape Chain also during that time. So Ape Chain is like, Bored Apes, their own chain with ApeCoin. Yeah. And I got really into the NFTs, and they're just really into like, there's a tight knit like builder community on there that is super awesome. And there's a lot of just like really cool art. I met some cool people. I met this guy, Bronjus. He's from Italy, and he's like a big dude. He worked with Kid Called Beast, and he worked with Artifact and a bunch of different people. Anyway, me and him started vibing. I was already working on this art. One thing led to the next, and I was like, bro, I got this art. I want to put it out. Like, let's launch on Blever. Let's just put it out. Like, I know the freaking NFT market is kind of in not a good place. Everything is, the market's kind of down in general. I'm like, I don't even care about that. I just like, I'm the type of person that like, when something hits me and I know I want to do it, I just do it and follow through. Yeah. So either way, yeah, Graph Kids Graph Kids came about. It launched a little over a week ago. I'm so horrible with time. But either way, I got a great community. We sold it out.
Wow.
I just
3,333, right?
Yeah. You can get them in secondary market on Magic Eden or OpenSea, probably. I don't know. Most people do all the ape stuff on Magic Eden. Excuse me. But so just this morning I launched. So the Graph Kids, my main utility was I wanted to bring, as you see me, bring the music side of things and like people into it, and like I want to bring a physical art and bring my stencil art work into it. So I gave away there's 5 different ways to win a physical piece by me by minting these. So I just made the announcement of the 5 winners. So what you could win basically was a stencil artwork, a physical stencil artwork by me of any NFT you hold from any collection. So say you hold a Bored Ape or a beast, a kid called Beast or whatever it is that you hold. There's 5 ways to win. So 5 people are going to get physical stencil, all hand cut, hand sprayed stencils of an NFT of their choice for minting it. So that was one of the main utilities I had. I was trying to, do something different. And, I'm not a dev who can make a game or like some new smart contract that changes the Web3 space, but I'm an artist and I can give that out. So that was one of my main utilities. I got some stuff with music coming and like some digital art stuff, and I'm also really into Blender, and I've made a bunch of wearables. I have my wearable line in Decentraland, so I'm super into like 3D modeling and stuff. I've done a bunch of graffiti pieces for Nifty Island for a bunch of different projects that I'm involved in, and just gave them out to the community for free. Like I'd do like a kid called Beast 3D graffiti piece and give it out to all the Beast fam so they can put it on their island. So I'm just trying to incorporate a little of, just like Graph Kids, all the art and traits are like just stuff that I love and part of me and what makes me. Like I put that into it, and the same thing with this project with the utility. I try to just put what I can bring to the table and what makes me and into it, if that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense. And I like what you're doing here. And we've done similar things. We used to be a podcast, and I'm not a dev either. I know computers, but I'm not savvy on trying to incorporate that into an NFT. So I just did art, right? And then we decided to like give utility the best way we could. We're comic collectors, so every month we give back to our comic book club. We started a comic book club. We have a NFT kind of like associated to that. But the reason we really started the NFT is, and shout out to Kid Arcade, because I see him in the chat right there.
Big up Kid Arcade. I never met you, but my brother-in-law Cloak. So
Cloak 420.
We know Cloak.
Yes.
Oh, that's my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
That's
man,
my boy. So
I met him in Vegas.
That's who's driving my wife and my son and the family around in the Duffy right now. Me and him were down there.
You tell him True Media said hello. So
I will. Yeah, shout out to Arcade.
Hinano ND, yeah.
Yeah, no, Cloak's amazing dude right there. So that's funny. What a small world, right, man?
Right?
Yeah. We met Cloak back in I believe it was November. We went to DCon 2022 in Vegas, and we went up. We've known Arcade for like 3 years. The funny thing, when I first met Arcade, he's an artist. We walked into a Dave & Buster's, and he was like in his entire white garment with his artist hat, and he had a easel, and he was painting a Marvel Mighty right at the front door. So and that's how we met him. So awesome guy. He's been a big inspiration to this channel. I don't think we would even be sitting here if it wasn't for him, but He was the one that inspired us for the NFT. By unlocking the NFT, we were able to create a community. We were able to network in that community. I think our NFT was really super cheap. I think it wasn't a lot. We just wanted to establish some type of thing for our community, get some funding to at least do some giveaways. And I think we've been doing this for like almost 2 years now.
Amazing.
And the utility is always the same. Every month we reward our holders with a slab comic book. So it's been fun. And what I love about this is the networking aspect we've made. I'm sorry, what's that?
I see her get the nap finally. Sorry.
No, it's not. It's still.
Sorry. No, I was listening. I'm sorry. That was
like she's doing the haka.
Sorry.
So no, but yeah, needless to say, yeah, I love the synergies in your stories about what's going on here. I kind of actually want to jump back to what we kind of talked about earlier. So before we do that, I'll send it over to MetaBeast, but I kind of want to go back to the music portion. But MetaBeast, go ahead.
Well, unless you have one keyed up to play, Stoney, here is I believe this is the one with the little one.
Little Stoney, okay.
This is from the Moby.
Oh, wow.
And this is what you would get if you attended the event.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, a lot of them were like videos of the event with the song. So
yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah, my homie Shaw, shout out Shaw, would do these for me.
Nah, that's pretty dope, man. How long is this? Is it like a music video?
Yeah, it's basically like a music video of the event. So the event would last anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, and then my homie Shaw would take footage from the whole thing. I would send him the song afterwards, and he would edit together like a cool music video of everybody who was there in the event, and then we would use that. So the early ones were just like some artwork or an animation, kind of like MetaBeast showed you at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then we kind of moved to this later on, that format. But yeah, I don't know how to queue up stuff on here to share. I should have figured that out and prepared some stuff. That would have been smart.
That's all good.
That's all right.
That worked out. But since we're kind of on the topic of music, I really like the story of how you were saying that you really just wanted to try DJing in Decentraland and you were going to do any party. And so, like, there's things that we really love here about stories. And I was wondering if you had like a memorable story about a DJ party that you threw in Decentraland, something that always sticks in your head. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. There's a couple. So the first one was there's a guy named Altcoin Radio who hasn't been around for a while. He's from Canada, but he was in Decentraland early on, one of the bigger dudes in Decentraland. And like I said, I would literally so Decentraland had a map, especially in the day, and you would see red dots if somebody was there. And so I would if I seen some red dots, I would just click on there and jump into that land wherever the red dots were. And whoever was there, I'd be like, yo, what's up? My name's Stoney. You guys gonna throw a party or what you guys building here? I DJ, put me on, basically, like a little kid, and Altcoin Radio was the first guy who was like, yeah, I have a build. Let's do a party. You want to do a party next week? Let's do it. And I was like, yeah, let's go. I was like, hell yeah. So, and that party went kind of not good. My internet sucked. Oh. I mean, as far as streaming wise, my internet sucked. The audio went fine, but the video kept chopping out and going in and out. But I had such a freaking blast, and everybody there was so cool and so supportive. They're posting on X and freaking tagging me and in the comments oh, that was amazing. Nobody was oh, that was crap. Your video was cutting. Nobody talked shit. Everyone was super supportive and just focused on the positive things of it. And
you brought the vibe.
Yeah, and I love that because that's how I am in life. I try to, there's always going to be crap over here and crap over there, and if I see somebody trying to do whatever, I'm going to big them up and encourage them and focus on whatever they were doing right, and not try to critique and break apart whatever was wrong or what they're the worst at or whatever. So I just enjoyed that. It was super encouraging for me, and that's kind of what really made me know yeah, I'm in a good place here, because I see all these dudes who are there who are doing amazing things, whether it be wearable creations or dev work or you know, making these amazing builds in Decentraland, and all these guys who are immensely talented and know way more about the space than me are like bigging me up and encouraging me. So like it was a really cool experience. So that one sticks out. And the second one that would stick out would be, there was a club called MetaZoo early on. They haven't been around in a while, but they were like, when I jumped in, they were the main club, and it was like they had their Friday events, and it was huge. Everyone went. It was like the main event. Like, you know, MetaZoo was like the coolest dude in there, like besides maybe Zeta, but he was like one of the main coolest dudes in there. And I would always go and I'd always stay late and talk to everybody. And anyway, like right when Facebook announced Meta, he was throwing a Halloween party. It was like probably like a month or 3 weeks after that whole thing. And Decentraland was just like flooded with people wanting to know about the metaverse. So it was like packed.
Wow.
Because metaverse was the new buzzword, because, you know,
Yeah.
Facebook announced Meta and they didn't have anything up and running. Decentraland was up and running. So we had like just an influx of people coming in. So MetaZoo hit me up to do the Halloween party there, and he did this amazing one-off build with like all this dope creepy stuff, and like it was like a 2-hour event. Anyway, that like put me on the map and made people really like recognize that I was there and doing big things, and really launched me into a whole new zone in there and got me a lot of gigs, and I had a blast. Like it was such a fun party. It was an amazing build. I think we had 1,500 POAPs collected that night, which is like a gang of people to be at an event.
Wow. Sheesh.
So
It's a lot of tracks.
So that one super sticks out to me, because that was like my like solidification that I'm here. People know me now. Like, you know, like it catapulted me to the next level of being a DJ in the metaverse for sure, and gave me a lot of recognition. So big up to MetaZoo, who I met in real life, and who is amazing dude. Like I've met so many of these people who in here in real life, and that's the other super cool thing, is to like, you know, make these connections not only with people all around the world, but like to actually get to meet them.
Yeah, you know, and so I can only imagine that those. I asked you these questions because, like, like I said, there's synergies. Like for us, we've never done live streams before. We never tried it, and then one day we just decided to shoot from the hip and jump right in. Yeah. And the first day we did it, we got hooked to where we would live stream every day. No, we had no plan, no nothing. I just told my wife,
let's just go live. Come on,
let's just go live, and we'll figure it out. We did that for half a year, and people showed up. So we really gained a reputation on being the show about nothing, as in we really had nothing going on, but we were on, right? You know, so we became the Seinfeld of live streams, and
that's amazing.
It was fun though, right? Because like for me, there's 2 live streams that stick out to me, and there's a point to this. One of the live streams, we had this guy on. His name's Shawnee Poo. Shout out to Sean Sauter, and he told me this really awesome story about him as a kid, on how he didn't have a Christmas. And, you know, I mean, can you imagine like not having a Christmas as a kid? But like just hearing that journey of like not having a Christmas, and having his friend actually give him a gift on Christmas Day. He gave him like this old doll, and, you know, it was a joke for the friend to give him this doll, but for that individual, it meant a lot for him because he actually got something. So that sticks out to me, because that was like the one live stream where I was holding back my tears. You know what I mean? And because like there was a lot of emotion in that. And then the second live stream, and that's really what kind of started the foundation of what you see here, was when I had a bunch of buddies from college visit Hawaii, and they were waiting to have dinner with us. And Dee and I were like, well, we got to go on our live stream, you know, shoot from the hip first, right? And we told them, okay, we're only going to be on for 1 hour, and we'll meet you guys at this restaurant, which was a bar up the road. And I think we're on for like 2 hours, because the entire community decided to show up that night. Because we would throw the link out and just say like, hey, anybody come up? Because she established a policy here. Anyone and everyone is welcome to come up and hang out with us, as long as you're not a dick. And so a lot of people, you know, they adhered to that. So I think we rotated between 20 people that night. There were 10 people that we could get on, and then we had to rotate people in and out. There was a point where I told Dee, we have to go. There's people waiting for us. And there's a point where my friends came to the house to get us out, and that's when we had to end the live stream. But
Yeah.
having all those people come in, that told D and I, okay, people want to come hang out on Friday nights, and that's what started this show. And that's kind of where I'm trying to get at right here, is that night really is what solidified to start this show. And I say this, like, you know, how does it make you feel being able to, like, coming from the real world and then being able to do this in the digital realm, be able to, like, not only become famous in the digital realm from doing that, but also doing gigs. You're doing gig work. I'm a big believer in the creator economy. So, like, for me, in the creator economy, it's kind of like mind blowing, because, like, I'm in communications. I'm a desk jockey, but when I'm here, I'm different. Right? I'm the real Hinano. I'm a host. I do entertainment, and it's special. It feels good, and I'm proud of it. So, how does that make you feel?
I mean, it's an amazing feeling to be able to do this out of my studio. So this is a room in my house, my studio. I guess I could turn the camera around, except for it's kind of a mess in here, but this is my whole studio desk. I got, you know, all my preamps, my computers, my speakers, my monitors, my freaking microphones, my DJ gears over here to the right, which is
you're the Matrix operator.
Yeah, which is the view that they get to see from Decentraland. This back wall here, you know, there's a bunch of my art in the background. So normally to do a gig, which, you know, you got to do a gang. So I live in LA, so bands are your bandmates are all over the place. So you usually got to practice at least an hour away. So like some center place for everybody. So you got to do a bunch of rehearsals. Then you got the gig. So even if it's a somewhat local gig, it might be a San Diego gig. That's a 3-hour drive south for me. So I got to drive 3 hours south, carry all my freaking equipment, do the show, which is amazing when you're on stage for that 45 minutes. And then that's done. And then you got to pack up your crap. You got to drive home. So to be able to be in my studio right here, get that creative outlet, and that, like, when you're used to performing live, it's the same why you guys probably got into live streaming. It's that, like, interaction with the crowd and, like, the feeding of energy back and forth that's not, like, that's transferable, and it's
organic.
Not, it's organic, and it's not there if you're just doing, like, a pre-recorded, because I've done some pre-recorded sets, and it's always hard because it's like MetaBeast will tell you half my thing is like shouting out the crowd and replying to whatever's in the comments and just like and just vibing with what's going on that night, you know, like whether it be whatever. So for me to be able to do all that, get that, like, same rush of performing live and a creative outlet, and then shut it all down, go upstairs and make my son dinner and sit down and watch a movie with him within, you know,
10 minutes
afterwards is it's amazing. It honestly is. Like, I'm super blessed to have found this as an outlet, because if creative people who have done this since they were young, like, and been on the road, and I've played huge festivals from Red Rocks to, like, you know, Paradiso in Amsterdam to, like, big stuff. So when you don't have that outlet, it's like you're missing something, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you don't feel, like, complete. So to be able to have an outlet to people all around the world, which is the other cool thing, you know, you're reaching, it can be somebody in Australia and somebody in the Philippines and you guys in the Hawaii and somebody from Canada and somebody from South America, and we're all, like, at the same event vibing. I don't know. It's just, it's super amazing.
It hits different.
It does hit different for sure. For sure.
Yeah, no, I wanted to bring that up because, like, for us, it's a lot of fun to do this. And, you know, when, as a creative, right, like, my wife can attest to this. I drive her nuts. Like, I have to get, like, ideas out of my head. I was telling Rustan the same thing, like, so much things. And me, I'm more on the video production side. I like to, that is my art. I like to show people visually and also use sensory and audio as well. So I want to make sure that everything sounds good. I'm a person that grew up listening to scores my whole life. John Williams scores, Jerry Goldsmith,
Awesome.
Bear McCreary, all those guys. So I was a big believer. Is I really wish I could have a score walking out of the house. Like, wouldn't it be awesome if you just could hear "It's a Beautiful Morning" when you got into your car, right? But that's how I lived in my imaginary world. So now being able to like turn that imaginary world and make it whole, do it. Like we're creating like original content here. We're trying to like really make something that's never been made before, and it's fun and it's an outlet, like you just said. Like if I didn't have this as an outlet, my wife knows this, I would drive her nuts because I'm constantly telling her, babe, check this out. Let's do this. Babe, check this out. Babe, I have an AI influencer I want to invent. What do you think about this? Right? And she's like, well, do it. Shut up and do it. You know? So, but that's what this space has done for me. And like, shout out to the people that support us, and shout out to this entire space, because I can really relate to what you're saying. D, go ahead.
That was a lot you said, but I completely agree with it. Yeah, that's the whole, going on the start, just like we had an idea of trying something new. We turned on the camera and just kind of went for it. People came, people stayed, people came back. And just like, I don't know, for me, I'm always saying this, like, for me, it's all about making connections with people and just being able to, turn on the camera, message somebody who's across the world, and just being able to talk to them about things that you have in common is like, I don't know, it's like just a game changer, right? Because you could probably do that in real life, but not as much people, I feel, would understand what I'm talking about, just because we're like in this Web3 digital space. It's a different world.
100%. It's a different world for sure. And honestly, that's why I feel blessed. So my wife is also in Decentraland, and she's a DJ. She's DJ'd in there a little bit, and she has her wearable brand in there. So having her, and then my brother-in-law Cloak, who I got into VV and into the whole space, like, so, and he's close. He's always around. So having at least them two who are like, don't think you're freaking crazy. And when you go to some family function, you could like drink a beer and talk about like, oh, the new drop or this or freaking, whatever, and not have people just look at you like you're
your thing on the phone,
alien,
right?
You know what I mean? Like, So for sure, yeah.
That's funny because like we go to like, when we go to like Christmas dinner, we go hang out with our friends. Like, I was telling D, we should really go and see our real friends that we haven't seen in like months, even though they live like 15 minutes up the road. When we go and talk with them, like, it's like, okay, we have to like really remember what we talked about last, because this is really what consumes our life besides our work.
Yeah.
And then someone brings it up. So how's that digital stuff? That big stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, here we go.
What's the next project you're in, huh?
I know, totally. It's
also
funny.
Fake NFTs, right?
Yeah, I know, it's funny. I mean, you can't necessarily blame them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, that's why.
Open mind.
That's why, like, I try not to bring it up, but I swear, like, when I meet new people, somehow like something leads to me wanting to say something about it, and I like try to check myself for a second, then I'm like, oh, I don't even care, and I just freaking go down the rabbit hole, and then they start looking at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah, you a bunny rabbit, what is that, NFT or something?
And totally.
Right? So
the more you tell them each time you see them, then they'll like, maybe they'll be like, let me just go and like Google this. What is he really talking about? And who knows? You may end up seeing them while you're DJing in Decentraland one day.
I know. I got my mom to jump in a couple times. She borrowed, my brother's a gamer, and she'd get on his computer and she would jump into Decentraland to come see my shows.
Well, I found out that a couple of our friends have been hiding in the back room, D, and they don't let us know, but they text us and say, watched your show last night. By the way, you didn't tell us, but we know, right? So it's like, I don't like to tell our family that we live stream. I don't like to tell people we do any of this. If I can kind of keep my family out of this, I really like to do this, because mainly for that aspect, right? Because a lot of them think that this is just, this is silly. When we were, when I picked up my daughter from their friend's house, the dad came to talk to me, and I don't really associate with some of the parents just because we don't get along. But the dad came up to me, he's like, so I hear you guys are live streamers. Yeah. yeah, your daughter said you guys do that. You guys like gamers? Is that what I was like?
I know.
And so like I asked my daughter, like, what'd you tell him? Like, oh, I told him that you and mom hang out with your community and live stream and you guys play games. And I'm like, that's not what we do. You know what I mean?
We're just on the computer all day, every day.
So all my daughter's friends and their parents all think we're just gamers and we play on the internet all day.
I know.
So
I
that's why I try to keep it out of the live. So, but I digress.
Until you hit something good, like a good airdrop or something good that like actually gives you enough to like make some sort of move where people are like, wait, what a second. How'd you freaking do that? And you're like, oh yeah, well, I just got a airdrop because I bought some hyperfis or something, and then they look at you like, what?
I think it would be like, I had Paris Hilton on the channel. She was talking about her NFT. They're gonna be like, oh, what's that? Who? Somebody famous, right?
Somebody famous that they know. Yeah, that's kind of the same. Like when we first got started, and I was telling my mom. Well, I was telling my younger brother, and then I guess he ended up talking with our mom, and he mentioned my show that I was doing something on the internet. And then, so when I went to have dinner with my mom, she's like, so your brother was saying you have this thing on the internet. I'm like, oh yes. I was like trying to explain it to her. And she's like, oh, like she was like so confused. I'm like, we're basically on YouTube, Mom. She's like, oh, YouTube. Is that like real stuff? And then I'm like, yeah, Mom. Like I try to explain it to her because she kind of knows what YouTube is. But yeah, she was just like,
I know. Well, so my mom, like I said, she's an artist, and she had me when she was pretty young. So me and my mom have always been really close. But she doesn't even question. My mom's like, if I'm doing something, she's like on board and supports it, and just like kind of blindly. That's what I love about my mom. She's always been like we literally used to flip her bed up on the side in her room, and my band would practice in there in like 7th and 8th grade. She wouldn't even care. Dude, I'd like bring my drummer over with his kit, and like she'd come home and her bed would be up against the wall, and like she didn't even care. She let me do whatever.
That's cool. That's awesome. A cool mom.
Yeah,
for sure. No, my mom is amazing.
And we're trying to do the same thing, right? Like we're trying to be cool parents because our daughter knows what we're doing. She wants to get involved. Sorry for the cat. She's actually a dog in disguise. And she's, this is the cool stuff. Like, so we want to try to be that cool parent where we're like, so like my daughter, she wants to start an NFT project. Like she literally started talking to me about the idea, and it's like,
that's amazing.
Yes. The answer is yes. My daughter's like, I want to start a gaming channel, Dad, and I want to use an avatar. The answer is yes. Let's do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. She's even building in virtual worlds. She's in the VVverse right now. She has her own show called The Kids Corner. Nice. And she builds shapes. She uses simple shapes, and she builds. She has builds.
That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, we try to incorporate the kids into this stuff.
Yeah. My MetaBeast will tell you, little Stoney, he's always coming up, and when I'm DJing and I hold him, since he was really little, he'd be hitting buttons, and if he comes home, he'll run in here right now and be like, "What's up, Dad? What's up, Dad?" And he'll like get on the mic and be like, "More fire, more fire, more fire."
That's great, man.
Yeah.
No, that's really cool to incorporate, your family, and they're there to support you. That makes it like even more special when you got like support like in real life.
Yeah, definitely.
To keep going. MetaBeast, you've been quiet over there.
I've just been listening and enjoying the conversation, hearing more about Stoney than what I know.
Yeah. MetaBeast, I've hung out with him a handful of times now in real life, so I've been blessed to get to party with him.
So this is how we met MetaBeast. We actually met him on a Twitter space for AI storytelling, and we did this for 6 months with MetaBeast. Shout out to Dave and the entire ATC crew, where we would do crafting AI stories, where we would feed the AI certain criteria, and it would spit out these stories. And it was fun, where we would do it every other day. So, and that's how we met MetaBeast.
Crazy. You don't even unhinged.
I bet.
He's getting passionate. You can tell already.
But they were funny as hell.
Yeah, when we first met MetaBeast, because we were still like in the beginning chapters of the story. Meta Beast came up to the speaker and he wanted to like kill somebody, like in
Everybody
the story.
had to die.
Everyone had to die. I was like,
I said AI won't kill anybody in a story.
yeah.
Oh, so he
I
he had a point to prove.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And he pointed. His point was proven. AI didn't want to kill
Yeah,
anybody.
whatever.
So
That's funny.
yeah, no, but like that's how we met MetaBeast. But how did you meet MetaBeast?
In Decentraland, for sure. I couldn't tell you the first party, but you know, I'm sure some party I was like, "Yo, what up, MetaBeast in the house?"
Well, and speaking of wearables, your lovely wife messaged me once upon a time on my first one.
Oh, okay.
Color changing hoodie
Yeah,
that
yeah.
she liked. There was a slight discoloration somewhere on it, and
Oh,
she just wanted to mention it.
she
And
got it.
believe it or not, that was so cool to me.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
to me, she's somebody big in the space.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, for sure.
And
That's awesome. That's funny. Yeah, and at least she hit you up like privately and
yeah. And I was more than happy. I'm like, oh hell yeah, let me see what I can do, of course.
that's funny. Yeah, my wife, it took her a second. When I first got into Decentraland, she kind of thought I was crazy and she was watching from over my shoulder, you know, and I was like, and then there was kind of like a whole girl crew in there. I was like, there's a girl crew in here, you know, they're doing their thing, like, and so she's like, okay, I'll jump in. But yeah, she has her wearable line. She does a lot of mostly female, you know, oriented. She's got a jewelry line in there. Her jewelry does amazing in Decentraland. Like if you go to a party or wherever, like you're gonna see more than half the girls rocking her jewelry everywhere. But she does dresses and jewelry, and yeah, Decentraland's an amazing place, man. It really is. It's been such a huge blessing in both of our lives as a creative outlet, for sure.
Yeah, and what I love about that is, you know, I don't think if you guys ever found that place, we would have never found MetaBeast. We would have never been able to connect with you, and that's what I love about this space. Even though it's small, it is pretty big to kind of journey around in.
Yeah,
and I love all the new people you can meet here, and that's the biggest thing here is trying to perpetuate this space and then networking with as much people as possible in it.
So I have taken them into Decentraland. And we've actually been to Casa Rustan.
Nice.
So
yeah, that's a legendary venue right there. I'm super hyped to continue the MoFi Mondays over there at Casa Rustan's. This week will be number 6, so I'm excited to get that new chapter flowing and yeah, just hang out with the homies and freaking bring some vibes, that reggae vibes. Most people spin hip hop or EDM in there, so I try to, you know, bring that. Not everyone listens to reggae, but nobody can freaking hate reggae. You know what I mean? Like you can't hate reggae.
100%.
That's the same thing that Hinano and I said, because we listened to a bunch of reggae and we incorporated a lot of reggae when it was the Real Uncommon podcast.
That's all we did before was reggae, and people were kind of getting old of it. So
I'm like, I could never get like sick of it because I've been listening to it since I was like born.
We live in Hawaii.
Yeah. If you live in Hawaii, you're basically raised on it.
It's in your blood.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
So
I was listening to one of your episodes on YouTube for the what do you call it? The Mo Mondays.
MoFi Monday.
Yeah, Stony Beats Decentraland. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
I was listening to that, but this was a couple years ago that you had it on. I was like, "Ooh, he's got some nice reggae vibes.
Yeah,
some local jams."
Yeah, I spin a gang of reggae. I mean, probably like 90% reggae. I'll throw some dubstep and some drum and bass in there to like break it up, and every once in a while a hip hop track if it's a conscious hip hop track. But yeah, it's mostly reggae. And when I was producing, doing my own beats, I tried to branch out and do some like house and some hip hop and some other stuff because I didn't want to just be building a reggae beat every week, even though that's like what I do in my studio. Like all my beats I build are reggae beats because I get together a fat library, and that's how I get like Ellie Mack and Hyrie and all these bigger artists. Like they'll hit me up for tracks, and I'll submit like 10 tracks to them, and they'll pick 1 or 2 for their album, and that's just like so. I always like to keep a huge library of fresh, up to date reggae tracks.
Yeah. So for your shows, then what time is it on Mondays so people can tune in?
Yeah, it's at 4:00 on Pacific Standard Time. So I don't know what that is, Hawaiian time, and that's
1 o'clock.
4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock Eastern, and I don't know what time UTC. Everyone goes by UTC usually in Web3, but that shit confuses the frick out of me. So, yeah, 4:00. That's the closest I could get to 4:20. So I did it at 4:00, so everyone could be in there at 4:20.
Oh, yep.
And all they got to do is download the client, right, to get in?
Yep. You used to be able to do it browser-based, but now it's client-based. And if anybody ever needs any help, feel free to reach out to me on X or MetaBeast. Either of us will walk you through how to get in and put the settings.
You nice.
Yep, exactly.
Well, that's cool. And
That's
MetaBeast,
awesome,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, I don't know what happened here, but the stream to Decentraland didn't work, so I have to figure out why. But I had it queued up in here to.
Oh damn! I don't even know why I don't know why I didn't think of. If MetaBeast should have hit me up, I could have streamed this into Casa Ruston live.
Yes.
I would have done it.
Okay, well, let's start it from the top, guys. Let's do it all over again.
Rewind, pull it up.
You know, I just recently started connecting them with the new stream capabilities in Decentraland.
Yeah, because Decentraland now lets. So before you had to have a server. So now all you have to do is have a piece of land, and they give you a free server, which is huge and amazing, and I think it's going to gigantically change the game. So I mean, for what you guys are doing, I 100% suggest that you link up with. Do you own land, MetaBeast?
Yes.
Yeah. Start streaming in. I would start doing the event every Friday, also in Decentraland, and promote it in Decentraland, and you'll have a whole nother audience in there, and do it all live in there. Also, I think that would be huge for the Decentraland community and huge for you guys and your community. So
on Tuesdays we have another show, and MetaBeast is a co-host where he actually has his own segment called Virtual Destinations, where he takes us to other metaverses. Okay. And so we live stream to Decentraland during that hour.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Yeah, on his plot of land. If I have the right, stream key.
Yeah. So you the stream key dies after 3 days, I believe, in Decentraland. Yeah. So you gotta just, and then you can't copy and paste the stream key. So you gotta make sure you type that shit in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
Why don't you let us copy and paste? I'm like in there like triple checking because like I've gone live a couple times and like
colon.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it matter if it's like an uppercase or lowercase letter too?
It does, yes.
Oh my gosh, it's case sensitive.
It's case sensitive too.
It's like a crypto wallet address.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
But it's getting better. It's getting better. You know what I mean?
It's amazing.
Sooner or later, the same thing we got to do when we link up our Ready Player Me. We have to type in the entire URL.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, so, that was a pain. Like
which was the beginning of Web 2. Remember Web 2? You couldn't freaking just put www.com this. You had to type in some crazy ass shit.
Yeah.
Include HTTPS.
This has been an awesome conversation. We're at the hour 18 mark. I want to be very respectful of your time. How much more longer do we have? Is that it?
It's
up to you guys. I'm down. We could make it we could cut it now and I'm good. Or if you guys want to take it to 1 hour 30 because you're AD, not ADD. What?
ADHD.
OCD.
Oh no.
No, I cut it at 1 hour and 30 minutes. 1:18 is like a weird time to me. So
no, we're not any of that. Go ahead. Sorry.
The other, I think maybe it was last week Friday. or the Friday before, we had we got to, I think,
Almost 3
2
hours.
hours 59 seconds and then 48 milliseconds, and I'm like,
I didn't
oh
look
my
at the
god.
time. I should have waited. I didn't look at the time, right?
So we're like this close to 3 hours. I'm like, that's okay.
I know. I was like, I got rugged, but yeah, no, we're not trying to kick you out. I just want to be very respectful of your time.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I heard my son get back, but like I said, you know, I'm good for a little bit more, and I'm good to call it now. If it's up to you guys, if you have any more points you want to hit on or whatever. I appreciate your time and want to respect your time too. And thank you guys.
We could go forever, so that's why I'm doing it.
Like I said, putting you over here.
If you know Hawaiians, we talk way too much. But yeah, no, I have just one more question for you. But other than that, I want to kind of give it to my panel here, and then I'll ask the final question. And then, guys, also, I know some of you guys are waiting. We are going to do the giveaway for the back cows, as well as show the premiere of my new AI movie that is at the end of the show, as well as the giveaway in the chat. So stay tuned for that, guys. But MetaBeast, go ahead.
So what's one thing that you have yet that you really would like to do, and whether that is perform at a particular venue or perform with a particular person, or you have some kind of special event in Decentraland that you've kind of wanted to do but haven't gotten to yet?
Yeah, that's a difficult and a hard question.
It's a good
one. I mean, IRL, I want a freaking I want a song as big as Jamrock.
Oh,
you give me a song. You give me a song like Jamrock, and I throw my hands up, and I don't have to do anything else in my life again, and I'm freaking accomplished. You play that fucking bass line anywhere in the world, and people know that freaking song right away. And that's really world of reggae music. So Aini Kamosley originally is the originator of that bass line, but you know, Junior Gong is the one who blew it up and took it to that next level with Jamrock. So
yeah,
people call it the Jamrock. You know, that if they call that song, they don't call it, because in reggae you call it by the biggest song, whether it's the first song or not. You know, if you call a rhythm live, like which I play with all kinds of artists, you know, like where you don't even rehearse, like you get hired because they know that you know every freaking reggae rhythm. If they call whatever rhythm, you're just gonna play it. So yeah, so that's my thing. So that's my IRL thing. I played big festivals and am kind of somewhat done, I guess, with that part of my life. To get me on the road again, you'd have to pay me a lot of money and put me in a bus with like, you know, like the pimp ass tour bus with a freaking roadie, where like you don't do shit. You just walk out on stage like a rock star, and the guy puts your guitar, like is holding your guitar and it's tuned and plugged in, and you got your tone and everything. Like that would probably get me back on the road. But as far as Decentraland, I mean, I don't know what my ultimate thing would be to be in there. I just want to continue to bring value to the community and to do cool things that I get to express myself creatively and that people get to enjoy, I guess, you know. So just continue on the path I'm on and be happy with wherever it leads us as a community, I guess.
Awesome answer.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah, that was a great answer.
Thank you, Stoney, for being here. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you immensely, and I'm super blessed to have got to meet you in real life and hang out with you and call you a friend and a homie, and yeah, I'm excited to see what the year brings for all of us and the Web3 community and in general.
It's looking good. That's all I gotta say.
It is.
2025 is a great year.
I agree.
MetaBeast, you're slowly disappearing into your background. It's getting dark there.
He's West Coast, so
It's
I've been
8:30,
watching my window. I know where he's at.
Yeah.
The jankiest of all Hollywoods.
No ho.
Yeah.
D, final questions.
Yeah, so for like anyone who's an artist as well or musician and want to try, getting into the NFT world as well with their talents, like what advice would you give them on like how to possibly go on starting something like that for themselves?
I mean, I guess it's my same advice I would give anybody. I think people let their overthinking hinder them sometimes, and I would say just don't overthink it. Start on the path. One thing will always lead to the next. Don't be afraid to ask questions. There's no stupid questions. And don't be afraid to reach out to people in the space, because 99% of the people are cool AF and are going to help you out, and they're not like gatekeepers and will want to see you succeed and want to help just for the fun of helping. I know that like Rustan, MetaBeast, and I are like that as well as, Drip and a million other dudes I could name from the space. So yeah, just start, take action, and you'll get there. Don't be scared to take that first step, basically.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for the advice and really appreciate your time as well. It's been really cool just, jamming with you here and learning more about you. And yeah, it's been like pretty chill. I just enjoy the conversation. So yeah, thank you for your time and being
Me
here.
too. Thank you.
When we come to California, we'll have to meet up
Right.
too and check out
Hey.
Cloak's coffee shop.
Yeah, Cloak, we're right there. I just did a live stream out of there. We've been doing a Sunday brunch thing once a month. We used to do parties every month, but we got the sound system up and running at Cloak's. So
when is
MetaBeast,
that? Let me
what's
know
that?
Let me know when the next one is. I'll see if I can.
I
make it
will.
run.
Yeah, we've been doing the Sunday brunch things. I DJ, and then we have a really cool pop-up cook. I can't remember her name right now, but she's amazing, and she makes some super amazing food. So
Awesome.
but yeah,
I gotta come there.
definitely link me up. I'll bring you to my favorite taco spot right here in Long Beach, and we'll drink a Modelo.
Tacos.
I still want that cookie you talked about.
Oh, you got to go to the Lazy Acre. You don't have a Lazy Acres in NoHo? You got to have a Lazy Acres in NoHo.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, well, next time you're feeling frisky and want a sugar rush, hit me up.
All right.
All right.
That's
So
cool.
my last question for you, StoneyEye, is a very simple one. You can now ask us anything. We try to turn the tables around at the very end to let our guests ask us. So go ahead.
You definitely put me in the hot seat with that one, because I was not, and all my stuff I imagined I didn't think about that one.
We don't
ask
tell
you,
people this one.
I know. Let me see. What are you most bullish on right now? That's what I'm going to ask you.
Both of us, or
Ooh,
this is
like
individual
all of
question?
us?
Individually.
You go first, D.
I'm gonna have to think about that. Go to MetaBeast first.
See, at least I got you back. She's not me, so boom.
What are you bullish on, MetaBeast?
I can't see him anymore.
He's bullish on a light, maybe.
Oh, maybe he's thinking.
The penny going out of existence.
Oh, that's happening 100%. There ain't
Uh-huh.
even a freaking question, dude. That shit is so obsolete at this
It's
point.
about time.
What's a penny?
What's a penny? I got a penny right here. Look.
Penny for your thoughts.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
now
dime.
now
There we
it's
go.
not my 2 cents. It's my 2 sats.
Nice and shiny copper.
What am I
Today's
bullish
2
on?
cents.
Let's see. I am bullish on the space, and I know that's a pretty
I love it.
default answer.
No, that's the best answer. I'm 100% there with you. I think that would have been my answer, I think.
Yeah. And the reason why I'm so bullish on the space is, for one thing, a lot of when you talk to in real life people, when you say the term Web3, they're like, what? Right. But in reality, when you say that, it really encompasses what's really going on here for me personally. So like I'm bullish on the tech, and whatever the tech is, there's so much tech, from NFTs to AI to metaverses, right? And these are all tools that we're using to kind of enhance what we're doing in our daily lives. I mean, we're having this conversation right on StreamYards right now. This is like literally a virtual world we're kind of in, right? We're in a virtual conference room.
For sure.
And I'm bullish on that too. I'm just bullish on the fact that we came from different walks of life. We're able to culminate network on here. We're able to have, commonalities throughout this, and we're all a part of this space that's really going to enhance the human race, in my opinion. So, yeah, I'm bullish on the space.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I guess I'm bullish too on the communities. I feel like, the more we keep getting on the internet, on the screen, on lives, on videos, we'll be able to bring more people in. I guess you can call it onboarding people, and not just like to any like project specifically, but just to be in the space with us and just hang out, and hopefully they find a community or multiple communities that they can go and interact with, find other people across the globe that have similar what do you call it, similar passions to themselves, and just perpetuate like the sense of belonging somewhere. If you don't find it in your in real life world, at least you can find it somewhere here on the internet.
Yeah, definitely. Or even having it in both,
or both.
I think we're, as humans, always longing for that connection. And even if you have it in real life, I think you're always longing for more of a connection, I guess, to the world in general. And that's what's super cool about this space, is that you can connect with like-minded people who may live on the other side of the freaking world of you and still get to create or do, like Branjas, who helped me with Graph Kids. He's in Italy. Me and him share so much passion and had so many conversations, and he's helped me so much, and he's freaking halfway across the world from me, and it's just amazing. It's an amazing experience, because I could maybe find somebody who's in Long Beach to do that with, but I think that's a lot bigger of a task, or a lot harder of a journey, and to just have it opened up to the world of the pool of people that you're looking for a specific project or passion or whatever it is I think it's a huge thing.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, only bullish on everybody, and like we said, thank you everybody for just being here today, just listening in, enjoying the conversations, and interacting with each other in the chat. This has been great, and like I said, when we make it to the mainland one of these days, hopefully
100%. Link me. Don't forget about me. Definitely link me.
Yes, I sure will. And then we can get together and hopefully go to one of these events.
We know his in-laws, so
exactly.
Right.
No, exactly. Yeah. Trust me, he'll be stoked. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Hey, so really quick, StoneyEyes, since you've been on, I really want to give you something. So this is one of our NFTs that was designed by an artist in our community. His name is Davo, and this is the depiction of our entire family as our favorite DC heroes.
Amazing.
So, that is me as Batman and Dee as Wonder Woman. My daughter, her favorite character is Punchline. And my son, coincidentally enough, he's 8 months, and we put all the major superheroes in front of him: Batman, Spider-Man, Captain America. He went off when he saw Superman, so he is Superman in the comic book right here. So this is not number 1 out of 60, but there's only 60 of these, and we would like for you to have one. So thank you for coming on and giving us your time.
Hey, amazing. Thank you. I'm bullish on Aloha Friday, so
let's go.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you. That's huge.
Yeah, so just send us your wallet and we'll send that over.
Okay. The ETH mainnet wallet or okay.
Yeah, just an ETH
Amazing.
mainnet and you're good to go. And then we'll send this to you. And then also for the chat, you guys, this McFarlane Toys Digital Classic Superman, since the movie just came out today, will be given away to the chat tonight. And then also, I believe we have a giveaway running for the Bat Calls as well. And also our True Podcast NFT holders. This will also be a giveaway tonight. This is the first place winners right here. And then I believe I do have a second place right here at the bottom where someone's going to win a Power Girl. And this is a Kid Arcade exclusive of Doomsday. This is all hand drawn by him.
Yeah.
And
he's ill.
Yeah.
This is from my PC. So I'm giving this one away. And
I know, even I don't have that. I'm like, what?
There's only 20 of these guys. So
damn.
Yeah.
This is our giveaways tonight. And StoneyEyes, any final words, my friend?
Just massive love, aloha spirit, and you guys rock, and continue to be you and have fun and do what you do. And shout out Meta Beast, love you, homie, and shout out everyone in the crowd. Thank you guys for your time, and yeah, massive love.
Let's go, you guys.
Appreciate you.
So StoneyEye, we're not kicking you out. You can feel free to hang if you want. If you want, you can bug out. We're gonna do our giveaways, and we're gonna preview you guys our new AI movie in just about 2 minutes of The Writer. I don't know if you want to stick for that. But, so essentially, I do writing here as well. So I'm writing a comic book.
Sick.
And concurrently, while I was writing a comic book, I ended up trying to figure out how to do AI videos. And I just decided to write a script from a comic book, and I made a movie. This is the second episode, and it's about an alien disguised as a bike rider. You never know what his head look. You never know what he looks like.
I've seen the intro. It gave me Street Hawk vibes. You remember Street Hawk?
Oh, Street Hawks.
You don't remember Street Hawk? Oh shit! You got to go watch some Street Hawk now.
Street Hawk?
Is it a movie from?
It's a talking about Silverhawk?
No, Street Hawk.
Street Hawk.
Am I wrong, dude? I gotta look it up now. I can't be wrong because Street Hawk.
You know, that sounds familiar.
Is it a bunch of kids?
Not completely, but I got the vibes a little bit from it. It's not exact. Yeah, see, Street Hawk. Okay, I'm not crazy. Look up Street Hawk.
Street Hawk. Okay.
Google Street Hawk.
I'll do that after the show, guys. But like, essentially, this is just a bike rider who's disguised as an alien, and he's come to Earth to survey Earth for an alien invasion. And so, in the first episode, you guys discovered Lisa, who is this girl in a diner that he rescued from a gang that tried to take over the place, and they killed her. He revived her, and she's alive. And so now this is them escaping the biker gang. And this is where we're at in story 2. So you can watch episode 1. That's out on our YouTube channel, StoneyEyes. But guys, I know you guys have been waiting, and I am going to cue this up right now. And this is only like 3.5 minutes. It's a short story. Mind you, it's AI video, so I tried my best to get consistency in every prompt. So take that with a grain of salt, guys. But here is the preview for The Writer episode 2. Let's go.
Jake, are we okay?
Not yet, but I'll take care of it.
You did it! You got him! What are we gonna do now that the bike is destroyed?
We call my ship.
Why are there so many ships?
The invasion is here.
Jake, I'm scared.
Don't worry, Lisa. I'll protect you.
And that has been the episode 2 of The Writer. Guys, I will release the 4K version later on tonight. I hope you guys liked it.
I enjoyed
I'm
it.
getting better at the consistency of the characters. When we get to episode 3, trust me, the characters all look the same. Now, I have been asked, why does Lisa's face change? It's purposely meant to do that. So in the first episode, she was healed. And so there's weird stuff going on with her. You guys will find out why she changes her face in the 3rd episode, but more to come with that, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that.
I did.
Super
That was
amazing.
awesome.
I could see all the work. Trust me.
Thank you.
It's
And
a lot
like I
of
said,
work.
it's all about an outlet, right? Like for me, it's not work. It's more of like I have to get it out of my head, and that's how I did it.
I understand that 100%.
Thank you.
That
So
was great.
thank you, guys. So let's run these giveaways, and then we'll get out of here, you guys. So D, I know you have a wheel. If you could pull that up, everyone, right now, enter hashtag the Summer of Superman. I'm going to run this giveaway for you folks in about 1 more minute. Majin, I'm talking to you. Put that in the chat as well. You definitely need to get in there as well. And if you want to do as well, StoneyEye, it's up to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, get in there, Stoney.
Enter.
Yeah,
I didn't even see the chat this whole time. It was on like a private chat, so now I see.
Yeah, that thing's been
I don't
blowing
know
up.
if
So
it's
yeah.
gonna let me connect. Let me see.
Yeah, Rustan was in there.
I should have. This is my first time on StreamYard, by the way. So
Oh,
If you have your cell phone, you can comment.
I think it's on his
YouTube
cell
that
phone.
way. Oh, I see. Never mind then. Got you.
I think because when you like reached over, it looked like you were on a phone.
I'm not on a phone. I'm on my desktop, but
Oh, is that so? Okay, so maybe you can log in on your phone. That way and
log
enter.
on. Manage your YouTube account.
Go.
Continue.
There you go. Even Rustan's in there. Let's go. Now, guys,
Oh,
this guy has stolen Raven's mantle here. He is the Magic Man himself, or not Magic Man, the Miracle Man, because this guy wins every giveaway. So shout out to Majin. We'll see if he can keep his luck.
so if I shared my screen now, it wouldn't take over your screen, would it?
No, go ahead. So while we're giving StoneyEye some time to connect, why don't we spin the wheel? So, guys, this is
It's all
for
good. It's not working for some reason for me.
Oh, shoot.
I hit join chat. It says connect with YouTube, and then it sign in with my
Oh yeah, I was
Well, maybe I got to do it this way. I was trying to sign in with my Google, so maybe I got to do it this.
No worries. Take your time, man. We'll
That's
run
all
this
good.
giveaway. For these are for the back cows as well as the people that own our NFTs, which is our True Podcast Pass, even our Neon Paradise project. You know, our little POAPs we gave away. They're all eligible for this. How much people do we have on this wheel today, D?
We have a total of 32 names on this wheel.
Wow! Shout out to the 32 people. I saw 2 of you guys that actually put in our True Podcast NFTs. Even though I know they own NFTs of ours, they put in their back cows. So shout out to you guys. It was very nostalgic. Somebody put the Millennium Falcon, and I remember making that NFT during Star Wars Day and gave it away to everybody. So shout out to Omi-Wan. I saw you over there, Omi-Wan. But anyways, why don't we let them know what they're going to win here, guys? First place, you're going to win a Silver Age Superman from McFarlane Toys Digital, as well as a Jim Lee Wonder Woman. That is the first place winner. Second place winner is going to win another McFarlane Toys Digital Silver Age Superman. I bought up the whole floor, guys, for Summer of Superman, so I could give it away to our community. So you guys are going to be getting some Supermans this throughout our live streams.
I haven't bought any McFarlane in a while. I got to go back in there. I have a bunch of his early stuff.
Oh, I love. We're big DC fans, and so like they're always dropping DC stuff. So
I never got the back cal either. Cloak's got a back cal, but I never got one. I got to get one.
I'm excited.
Yeah, there's still
I get to
some,
go to the
McFarlane
Toys VIP event at Comic-Con in a few weeks.
He gets the canoodle. Yeah, so MetaBeast, we're actually going to have Shane from McFarlane Toys Digital and Shay on Tuesday for Future Watch. And I believe Shane's going to be at the party, so if you want to ask him any questions about the party, he's going to answer. Big Bro's going to be there. The biggest bro of StoneyEye. He's one of our producers, so he's going to be there as well. They're going to live stream the event for us, so that's going to be fun.
Where's that? Where's that at? Is that in San Diego?
Yep.
Yep.
You're going, MetaBeast?
I don't have Comic-Con tickets, but I
know those are hard as hell to get.
Well, they're expensive too. I mean, because I could have got one, but I was not paying that much. But I won a ticket to the McFarlane Toys.
Special
event.
No, I have his first one, the Spawn.
Yeah, that's a good one. The trash Spawn.
Yeah, the trash Spawn. I have a couple of those. I have a bunch of his stuff from like the first 6 months. It's been a while since I've been in there, but
yeah, they just dropped Power Girl, and a few other like Walking Dead and stuff like that. So
nice. I'm a huge Walking Dead fan, so
yeah. So yeah, that's cool for MetaBeast. I'm so stoked for you, man. I know there's an open bar. I know they're gonna have like sample tables where you can go and get free food and stuff like that. And I think there might be some goodies for you too. So I'm very jelly. I hope you have a good time, man.
I'm going to live
open
vicariously.
bar, that's dangerous.
Yeah. You get to do a cheers with Todd himself. But how about we run these giveaways and then let's get out of here. So
big money, no whammies.
Big money, no whammies.
Okay, let me shuffle a few times.
All right.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck to the community, guys. I hope you guys win big. Let's go.
Let's go.
Round and round
so this
it
one
goes.
is for
Where
the
it
Superman.
stops, nobody knows.
Oh,
Gary.
Gary.
Congrats.
Let me show Gary what he won. Gary, just for the receipts here. Gary, you have won. Sorry, remove. You have won this Silver Age Superman and this Jim Lee Wonder Woman. Please reach out to D in the DMs and we will facilitate these gifts to you. Big shout out to you and thank you for always being a big supporter, and shout out to our Canadians up there. We love you guys. All right. Now for second and third, right here is the second place, which is the Power Girl. And then the third place, which is the Kid Arcade Light Parade exclusive of Doomsday, all hand drawn by Kid Arcade. So good luck for the second place winner. And D, spin that wheel.
Spin that shoe. Okay, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. For
and
second
good luck
place.
to you guys. Let's see who's going to be the winner here.
Bum, bum, bum. Oh.
Oh.
Nice back holder.
Let's go. Big congratulations to you guys. Love it.
Congrats.
Adonis, reach out to us via DMs, either myself or D, and we will get your Power Girl to you. And thanks for participating. And let me show you exactly what you won here. You've won this Power Girl right here. So we'll get that to you. And then lastly, guys, this is for the final spin of the wheel. Let's find out who's going to win that Doomsday. Go ahead.
All right, you guys can see the wheel. Yep, okay.
Yeah, we can see.
All right, so third place. Here we go. Good luck for Doomsday.
And shout out to everybody tuning in. There's about 130 people watching right now. Thank you so much. And also shout out to the people watching the replay.
Sick. No shill.
No shill.
Let's go, No Shill. Congratulations.
Congrats.
You have won this Kid Arcade Light Parade exclusive of Doomsday. Reach out to D&I and we will get this to you later on during the weekend. And guys, I'm going to run the wheel for the Silver Age Superman right now. Give me just 1 second. You guys have literally not 1 second, maybe 20 seconds to enter the giveaway. Once that bar gets removed from the bottom of the screen, that's it. Too late. So.
Oh. All right, Summer of Superman.
Only 12?
Hey.
Only 12. Hey, better chances for whoever entered.
Yeah. Did you enter Metabeast?
Last chance.
I did.
I think I entered, but
I saw
think
you.
I did. Okay, yeah.
All right,
I got it to work finally.
Awesome.
Summer of Superman. Yep, I saw you enter.
All right, let's see who's gonna win. Let's find out, guys.
All right, good luck.
I saw you on there.
May the juju be with you. Let's see who's gonna be the winner. Marshall!
No.
Oh my god!
Shout out! He has won again, Majid. We have your wallet. We know you. So we will reach out to you, and also StoneyEye. I'm going to send you a Silver Age Superman as well for just being a sport. So
what? Oh my
I got
God.
a lot of them already, my friends. So I'm going to send you one as well. It is the Summer of Superman. It's one of my favorite superheroes. So you're going to get one as well as the slab. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out. This has been the show. D, close it out.
I just appreciate everybody for being here, tuning in, and spending part of your Friday afternoon, evening with us. And I hope everybody has a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Go watch Superman. If you haven't already done so, we're going to be watching it tomorrow. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be super, I don't know, very corny. But everyone have a great weekend. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you, MetaBeast, for coming on and spending time with us as well. And StoneyEye, pleasure having you on the show. And yeah, we'll be in contact, I'm sure, on the timeline and in the comments. So thank you, and hope you as well have a wonderful weekend with your family.
Yeah, and StoneyEye's this is an open door policy here. If you ever want to come on for anything, you're always welcome. If you ever want us to help promote something, reach out. We will help you do that as well.
Amazing. That's huge. I appreciate that.
Let's go, guys.
If you
have
want
a good
your
weekend.
VV-verse shown on their show.
When are we going to be able to freaking do a DJ set in VV-verse? That's my question.
Ah, yes.
Man.
Because I'm ready. As soon as you guys get the info that we could do it, we're doing it.
Flexi, you hear that, Flexi?
Somebody could make that happen. I bet there's somebody somewhere.
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
So I'll tell you what, we do know a wizard in the VVverse community, or at least one of the creators in there. This guy's named Collector's Gone Digital. Let me talk with him and see if it's possible, because if anybody can figure it out, he would.
Bro. I'm so ready. You have no idea.
Josh, if you're in the back of the room, or if you're watching this recording, we're gonna have a conversation. So let me work on that with you.
Stream in there, can't you, or stream from there?
No, you can only screen share right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's like, so bad. You just bummed him out. He's like, oh.
But the idea is you're supposed to be able to.
That's been a goal. That's one of my other goals. If I could get a freaking NFT, some of my art on VV.
Well, I know David watches. David, if you're watching,
let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
But yeah,
Yep.
we'll start with the DJ set because I'm ready for that. VV versus StoneyEye DJ set live from the LBC. Let's go.
More fire,
Let's
more
go,
fire,
guys.
more fire.
We heard it live, guys. Flexi, put it in the pad, Flexi, and send it out there. But guys, thank you so much for coming on, StoneyEye. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, my friend. And everyone, we will be back next week for the same shenanigans. Take care, everyone. Have a good weekend, and aloha.
Whoa, the future of content. Let's go. Let's go.